Hello, thanks for joining us for your daily astrology and spirituality show for Wednesday the 3rd of March. Now today sees the moon in an electric opposition with Uranus. So that means the moon is also therefore in the sign of Scorpio, squaring up with Saturn in Aquarius. So we've all been in fixed signs. There could be a kind of tension and electricity. We may want to change something but may feel restricted in some kind of way. Or perhaps because of the energy, the electric energy of Uranus, we can see how we can do something in a more imaginative way and tune into a deeper need, because the moon in Scorpio is very perceptive. It gives us a sort of added an ability to intuit situations, but it's just that if there is any kind of rigidity or resistance that we encounter, it could create some frustration, or we may want to create some space in an emotional situation. So if somebody has moon opposite Uranus in their natal horoscope, they may be someone who's quite individualistic through Uranus, doesn't fit into the family structure in the way that the other family members might wish. They may be much more of a free spirit. And of course, with Saturn in the mix, there could be some kind of dissenting voice today saying, look, let them be free, or you must adhere. So there could be some of those contrasting energies going on today. So Elisa, what cards have you chosen?
Well, today we're using the Archangel Gabriel Oracle cards because we haven't used these for a little while, and
we thought we needed to have a change today.
have a little change up. So these
we're sorry this is a bit late today because for various reasons we're sort of running behind on our work just now. They're lovely looking cards, aren't they? The graphics of them.
Beautiful. They're very sort of traditional kind of graphics. So the word on this card is motivation, and we've got this beautiful angel talking to this lady, and it says here, pray for guidance as to how to increase your enthusiasm for and focus on a project. Motivation it's a funny one because it's almost like a circle. When we lose motivation in something, we don't feel like we want to do it, and the less we want to do it, the less it gets done. So sometimes we have to almost spark the motivation in order to get it going again. And so I feel like today, if we are feeling a bit apathetic towards a project that we were once interested in, maybe putting a little extra effort in, even if we don't feel we want to, could actually really pay off and really reinvigorate our love for it in some way.
Might it also be, I always think in analogy of it's sort of British, the British term for, or the European term for football, as opposed to the American football, but if you're going through a bad sort of period of form, I think you can see with some players that they will try even harder to do something that's incredibly brilliant. And then the more that doesn't work, the more they lose confidence, the more they go inside of themselves. So it's a sort of non-virtuous circle. But is the way to try and change what you're saying there is to do one small thing and honour ourselves. Like, I'm feeling a bit apathetic, I don't feel my best, but if I can just do one thing well and really say salute, sort of arise, Patrick a lot.
I love that.
That I managed to get in the bathroom and clean the sink, or arise, Elisa a lot.
It's so funny you should say that because I was talking to somebody and they were saying that, they're not feeling very well at the moment, but they were doing one thing a day, so they felt they achieved something. So that might be cleaning the fridge out, cleaning the bathroom out, and just doing that one thing a day. Which are
huge achievements if you're really lacking motivation, to the point of it almost being like a clinical depression.
Yeah, and it can be, I've been in those situations where you feel low that you don't feel massively like you even want to jump in the shower,
Sure.
But that once you get in that shower, you are going to feel fresher and it will help in some way. So I think just giving those just little things, let's not overburden ourselves with all this stuff we need to do and achieve. And we're very achieving sort of orientated at the moment, aren't we? It's all about goals.
Would you say that in the traditional tarot, the Four of Coins might be around about this card? I know that that can be sort of like to do with financial affairs, but The Four of Coins can be the dead battery card, can it?
It can, and it can also be that analogy of having, you know, a really expensive car, but you don't want to take it out because you don't want to scratch it. Perhaps we don't want to burn our energy. We don't want to do anything because we don't want to burn our energy out because we haven't got much energy. But actually, sometimes when we do exercise, we feel more energetic. So it is about that. I always feel motivation starts with inspiration. You know, people say, get motivated. Well, how do you just get motivated? Find something that inspires. Could be a hobby, could be anything that you enjoy.
It's interesting because I think with that astrology today, Uranus is very much about impulse. So if you put Uranus in a harsh angle with the moon, which is a square or an opposition, you're kind of like creating some resistance or a push. It's one of the two, either end of the polarity. But because Saturn's in the mix as well, you could have like almost an excess of nervous energy, or one could have an excess of nervous energy today, or an excess of apathy. It really could reflect the card that you're saying, because it's a bit of a trapping influence. The great news, of course, is that the moon moves so quickly, so it's not going to be hanging around it's only at midday at Universal Central Time that it's in the exact T-square with Saturn and the opposition with Uranus. But Uranus and Saturn are in that very frustrating angle through pretty well the first half of this year in the last 5 months, due to them both going through long retrogrades. So I think that Uranus is about change, it's about being experimental, it's about the truth. Saturn's about traditionality, caution. So they're quite contrasting. And of course, ironically, they are the co-regents of Aquarius. And some people think that Aquarius is just about Uranus, but it can be very resistant to change. Ironically, it does have a kind of duality to it, as Elisa mentioned recently. So that's where we are. If you'd like to check out your free daily horoscope, please see that below. And if you've yet to subscribe to our channel, we'd be honoured if you did. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. But from the A group,
It's goodbye from me.
and it's goodbye from her. Goodbye.